What's going on YouTube? Rob A again, and it's time once again for some more Transformers Generations, this time in the form of Megatron and Chop Shop. Now these are once again the kind of the second wave of the Cyberverse size Generations figures, and as you can see, we've got Megatron here and his little kind of Target Master sort of partner, Chop Shop. And yeah, Megatron looks interesting, definitely different from what we're used to seeing, but still he has some, aesthetic cues that are kind of very familiar with the Megatron character. Picture up here is certainly interesting, very, very like thin, lithe-looking Megatron. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but on the back here, you can see it's got some got some stats for all these guys. Megatron is pretty much pretty high up there across the board, except for courage, endurance, and speed, and his skill. I would think Megatron would have a little bit higher than that, considering like his background is supposed to be, fighting or whatever. You'd think his endurance would be maybe a little higher than that. His skill would certainly be higher, but Chop Shop is very skillful, apparently. But anyway, it's got a little bio on the back here, which I'll read quickly. Chop Shop has served the Decepticons for years, but not without some difficulty. Megatron does not take kindly, after all, to the way things seem to disappear around the Insecticon warrior. Chop Shop is a born thief with a compulsion to steal things that outweighs even his fear of the consequences should Megatron ever catch him. Alright, so, nothing really about them working together. But it does say that Megatron doesn't trust him and that he's a thief. So, alright, you've got that on the bottom, Waspinator and Starscream, which that review will be going up very soon as well. So I'm going to get this guy open and we're going to check him out. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so here we have Megatron and Chop Shop. And as you can see, Chop Shop can form a little weapon on the front of the tank. Megatron is a tank, by the way. So you can form a little, like, kind of a cow pusher, kind of minesweeper sort of thing. It's just a big, spiky, toothy kind of ram on the front of the vehicle mode. You can just pop that right off and put it aside for the moment. Megatron he's pretty cool. I do like him. He's got little wheels on the underside of his mode, so the treads obviously don't move, but he does have little wheels, so he is free rolling. And there's one cool thing that's actually, it's not even a part of his transformation, but they did add in, you can swivel the turret around, and you can even with the arm, the arm joints, you can raise and lower the cannon. So that's pretty cool. They didn't have to add this swivel in, and I appreciate that they did. So here is Chop Shop, of course, and you can see he starts out as his Insecticon mode, which is, decent enough. So I saw another review by Pia actually had this guy, and his was missing a foot on his Megatron, and thankfully mine has both of his feet. However, what I did end up missing is the peg that goes right in the middle of Chop Shop's chest that I use him to plug onto the figure. So I don't have that, and that's kind of a bummer. So I don't know if it's just this figure set in particular that's just like QC issues, or if Pia and I just got kind of the randomly the short end of the stick. But it is a bummer. This would have been a much better experience for me if I could have actually used this guy in any, kind of any way that he's supposed to be used. But that said, you do get Chop Shop here. Here's his little Insecticon mode. He's a stag beetle, and you can just flip him up, and there he is in his robot mode. You can split his legs a little bit if you want, wider stance, and his arms do rotate. Now his gimmick is that you split his legs and it kind of chomps the chompers, which I guess you can use to use him as kind of a shield or something for Megatron. Like, I don't know, kind of derpy, but I would just probably stick it on his arm as kind of a blade weapon to go with his arm cannon. But that is Chop Shop. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see. There is actually a paint app on his face for his eye visor, which is weird because it's like red paint on a red background. So, but otherwise, it's a cute little Chop Shop. Not bad. It's just a real bummer that it doesn't have the peg in the chest, because that's pretty much what this thing relies on. But we'll put that guy right off to the side, and I'll show you the transformation for Megatron here. And it's very simple and very nice, actually. So basically, the whole tank is Megatron's legs, and then the turret is his arms, and that's pretty much the whole thing right there. So you just split them in half and pull the entire halves of the tank just out like that. Then you just want to flip his little feet kind of out of the way, and then just accordion this whole section up, and it just kind of kind of plugs in just like that. It doesn't really plug in, but it just like sits and semi-locks into place like so. And it's you know, it'll come out if you pull it, but it's not floppy or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. Now you just go ahead and you split the arms, and you can just rotate that around so the insignia is facing up. Push it back, and then just push the arm bits back to lock them into place, and then you can just rotate his cannon around to his outer forearm. And there you have Megatron. And it's definitely a different take on Megatron. I mean, I know we've seen the tank before, but this color scheme's a little different. I'm not sure how we feel about the brown. I think I'd prefer, you know, maybe like a gunmetal gray to go with the other gray bits. Maybe they thought that was too much gray. But he's pretty cool. You can see his head sculpt is very nice. I do like it. He has some decent articulation. His head is on a rotation. He's got ball jointed shoulders and elbows, both sides. He's got the cannon, which is on a ball joint, which can kind of move back and forth however you like. He's got nothing at the waist, but he does have ball jointed hips and some knees going on there, as well as a little bit of foot situation action going on there. So and due to the way that his feet kind of flare out, you can, if you want, kind of get a little bit of a sort of wider stance out of him there. Yeah, but not bad. And Chop Chop presumably would attach onto his arm here and be, you know, some kind of a weapon here, or you may you could put him, you know, on this hand, or the, you know, either hand or whatever. But yeah, so Chop Shop, Megatron, okay, they're decent. I mean, they're not bad. They're not bad at all. For $10, this guy is about, you know, commander size, and you get this little add-in. So, I mean, all in all, it's really not a bad deal in my opinion. But yeah, pretty cool. I do like this guy. Starscream, I think, is a lot stronger, and I'll show that off next. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you very much for watching. As always, be sure to comment, like, and of course subscribe. And yeah, I'll be back with some more reviews. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.